Crossing the border, crossing the border, crossing the border. So I'm back, but I'm playing catch up. It's been a while, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But today I am actually crossing the border. I'm going to San Diego. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to go to a flea market or antique or antiquing, thrifting, or estate sales. There are a couple of estate sales that I was interested in going today, but I have to drop a package. So, depending on where I need to go, I guess that's where I will end up. It's been a while. I've been thinking a lot about what I want to do with my business, how I want to manage it, and what direction it should be going. I'll talk more about that a little bit later, but for now, I'm just excited to have fun, to get out there. I don't have my kids today, so it's just me, and I'm just happy. I'm excited to have fun. This estate sale was actually one that I went to a few weeks ago in Escondido. I wasn't able to actually record anything the day that I recorded my intro, but I figured I would put this in here. It was actually a pretty cool estate sale. They had a lot of antiques and a lot of Native American art. Um, but yeah, it was just really cool one that I went to, and I wanted to share this with you. I wanted to also note that I don't really talk very much in my videos. I'm not comfortable talking, but also I think sometimes it distracts from what I'm actually looking at. But if there's any real comments or anything that I really want to note, of course I will speak up. But otherwise, I'll just let you watch it. Let me know if you have any questions, really.
Yeah.
This person had a very interesting collection of animals. They had one of the largest collections of duck decoys that I've ever seen. But it was just really nice to see, very interesting to see what people collect. Of course, I try to be as respectful as I can because, I'm in somebody else's home. But I actually was a little bit excited to see all those little animals. This person also had a pretty good collection of Native American artifacts. I don't know very much about Native American art, artifacts, or anything like that. That is definitely something that I want to learn more about. I find a lot of their art to be very beautiful, and it does. I mean, you don't have to have just a rustic home or whatever to incorporate their art into your decor. I mean, they will fit in right in with mid-century modern, or even you could even incorporate it into a beach style home somehow. Some of their baskets are just exquisitely done, and I really liked seeing what I saw. Um, but I really do need to learn more about it. These baskets were just fantastic. They were so nice, but I don't know enough to know when they are new, when they are old, when they are actually Native American, because I've seen some baskets that were actually made in Africa and I thought they were Native American or vice versa. But this particular basket right in front of me, I think I will focus on it in a second maybe. But that basket was huge. It was huge. Oh, I don't focus on it too much, but there's this one also. That one was huge too. And they were priced pretty well, but I don't know enough about baskets to want to pick any up, especially because the prices were a little high. I understand that they were still worth the price if they are actually what they are supposed to be. Um, but I didn't know enough to want to even try to invest in something like that. In the pictures that I had seen, these walls were actually covered in samplers, so they obviously had sold quite a bit.
What's that?
These chairs were absolutely stunning. They were obviously very old. I really was contemplating where I would stuff them in my house, but I have absolutely no room for those. They were just gorgeous. Um, Fantastic craftsmanship, just absolutely beautiful. I went back around. Those Staffordshire dogs were a little bit expensive, if I remember correctly. What in the world did I just do? Did I just make myself upside down? I'm sorry. I just cracked myself up. That was hilarious. But anyway, um, the stuff, because I was there on the first day, a lot of the things were just priced a little bit out of my price range for now, and I just I couldn't get them. But I saw those. I really wanted them, but I couldn't get them. Not at the price that they had them. This particular sculpture was amazing. Um, the way that it was carved to make it look, to me, it appeared like the hair was just blowing in the wind. It was fantastic. I really, really like that. Another piece that I wish that I had a room for was that bar. That bar is just, it was so spectacular. It was so pretty, but I had nowhere to put it. I would never put it anywhere, and plus it was $2,000. So I feel better now, but it was just so pretty.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I am currently in my kitchen because it doesn't might not look like it, but it's actually pretty dark in my house. We're kind of in a townhome situation, so we only have windows in the front and in the back of the house, and I don't have any better lighting. So excuse my kitchen, but this is where I have. So I wanted to quickly show you what I found. I have been down for a little bit, but I haven't been completely out of thrifting, antiquing, and all those things. So I have been making some trips to some small thrift stores, and I found a few things. I also listed a few things, so I wanted to share that with you too. But the first thing that I want to share is I found these. These plates are Homer Laughlin. They are actually replicas of a type of plate that was on a railroad. I believe it was the Santa Fe Railroad dining cars. So these were replicas of these plates, but these are actually pretty valuable. I bought these for $1 each. Replacements.com right now currently has them on their website for $180 per plate. So I was considering selling them myself, but then I went and submitted a request to replacement.com, and they are going to give me more than I was expecting to get for them. So I'm going to actually send them into their website and see. Of course, they once they receive the plates, they examine them to see if they're the quality that they want for actual resale. So they'll have to let me know on that, but I'm intending on sending them over. I have 4 of them. So we'll wait to see what they say, but that's pretty much where they're going to go. I'm going to send them into replacements.com. Some of the other things that I wanted to share are things that I already listed on Etsy. I believe I listed them on eBay too, but mostly I've been listing on Etsy. I've been kind of taking my time in between. I will explain a little bit later of why I took such a long time off, but for now, we'll just go into what I've been listing. So I found these, all of these little arts, almost all of them, I found them at one thrift store in Mexico. I did not film that day because I just wasn't feeling it, but I found them there. They were really dirty, but I found this little thing. Let's see, without my face, it'll focus. There we go. I found this little mini piece of art. Nothing much to it. It's just on I think it's like a piece of cardstock or something like that. That's what it's painted on, but it is original art. It is not signed, but I thought it was really cute. I just really like small little things like this. Not my style, or else I would keep it. I tend to be more of a beachy style person, but they're just so cute. There's another one that I found. This one I found also. This one is signed. It is also an original piece of art. Here, I don't know how detail-y I can get on there, but here it is. This one's kind of cool. It's got a very mid-century modern kind of coloring to it. Get my face out of the way. Mid-century modern coloring to it. It's got some texture. You can actually feel the paint on there. I'm assuming it's oil. Yeah, I'm assuming it's oil, and it is on board. So yeah, so that's another one that I have listed. I found this one. I believe I recorded me finding this one, but I have listed. I don't remember if I showed this in the other video, but I did list this one. It's a cool, cute little beach one. Now this one I would keep, but there's another reason why I don't really keep art, and I'll show you guys one day why. But anyway, this one's really cute. It's just a little, they call it the Fisherman's Cottage. That's the name of the title. It's signed. It's got the artist information on the back, and it's actually signed. It is an original painting, oil on polyamine. That's what they said. And it's just really cute. I really like it. And then you look at it, and it's just like you feel like you're at peace. I want to be there. I want to be there. I want to be there. Another thing that I found was this little box. I'm trying to get my face out of their way. So this little box, it's a little kind of wicker on the side with 2 wood pieces, and well, it's got this in the inside, but it's on the inside. That's what it looks like on the inside. Very cute little box. Can put just about anything in there. Pens, you know, makeup, whatever you want to do, little trinkets, keepsakes, whatever you want to put in there. Now this next piece is definitely not definitely not something that I would pick up normally. Is definitely outside of my wheelhouse. I just don't usually pick these up, but it was just too adorable and too cute for me to leave it at this thrift store. It was filthy, but I've cleaned it up. So this is it. Isn't it adorable? I mean, it is a holiday style, seasonal type of little thing, but it is just so cute. Look at the sheep. The sheep are all curly. The little hair is curly. There's a little baby with the 2 little angels on each side. It's just so gosh darn cute. Like I said, I don't usually pick these things up, but I couldn't leave it. I could not leave this behind and in the thrift store and just let it get dirtier and dirtier. I did end up finding a few Florentine pieces. They're not in the best condition, but this one I found, it's the Prayer of St. Francis. So it is a religious art piece. These are not hand painted. These are not hand painted. It's just, you know, it's kind of printed on. So, but it's, you know, it's kind of in rough shape and everything, but, you know, some people don't mind that. Some people don't mind the roughness of some of the things that we find. So, you know. So anyway, it's one of the first Florentine things, but then since I found this, I've been finding Florentine and Florentine and Florentine. So this is also listed. Pretty much I'm pulling all these things out of a box of things that I have listed, so I know these are listed. So I have found this box. I know these can be popular. This is a really nice box in really good condition. I like the inside. It's nice and clean on the inside. The only thing that it has is this little ding right here, but you know, it can be overlooked, and it would be really good for just, putting your little trinkets in, putting jewelry. You could use this as a jewelry box. You could just really use it for anything. There's the bottom. So it's in really good condition. I like the inlaid abalone. Sorry, I'm kind of dealing with a little bit of cold, but I like the inlaid abalone in there, and just the marquetry. It's just really pretty. A lot of work went into making this box. Very, very nicely done. Okay, this next box is actually, I believe it's my first Polish box find. It's one of these. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like on the side. And then on the inside is super, super clean. Now this one, I don't think I found, I think I found this at a Salvation Army actually. So recently listed. Oops, there we go. Again, another beautiful, beautiful size box for trinkets, jewelry, makeup, even put on your desk and put all your utensils, your pens, your scissors, your little things on, a pretty place to hide things. You can put it on a dresser, on any type of shelf. It's just, but I really like the detail, the scrolling detail, especially these little curly cues around here. That's actually my favorite part. I really like those. I think that's it. I don't know if I had shown you guys these before, but I know I just recently listed this. I don't remember if I showed you this, but this was hand painted. So I think I might have showed this in another video, but that's all that I have in this box. A few things actually sold, so yeah, I'm a little bit disorganized right now, so bear with me, have patience with me, please. And then now I'm going to show you the most special find. Now I have to be honest, the estate sale that you just ended watching, I actually had recorded a few weeks ago. The thing is, I've been on the phone a lot, and I guess this is the time to explain. A few weeks ago, towards the end of January, I started not feeling well. Now, I do have a heart condition, and most of the time I feel fine. I take medicine for it and everything. Most of the time I feel fine, but there are times, especially when I am very irresponsible with, my eating or my eating habits or other things that I'm doing, I do start to feel actually horrible. And that's what happened in January. We were just celebrating so many things, and just family time, and you kind of lose track of the things that you're supposed to do. I lose track of the things that I'm supposed to do, the things that I'm supposed to avoid. I don't drink. That's why I can't drink alcohol. There are certain things that I cannot eat, or I should not eat. Not that I cannot eat, but I should not eat. And sometimes I forget. And it's just really, sometimes it's just when I'm in the midst of family. What happens is my heart beats really slow. Sometimes it goes down into the 30s. So I feel really bad. And sometimes it takes more than a week, sometimes weeks, for me to feel better. So that's part of the reason why I was down. The other reasons were just happier reasons. My mom turned 80, so we had a celebration for her. We had family in town, and I just wasn't able to work. My son just had his birthday, and also my sister eloped. So those were three happy reasons why I wasn't able to work and make videos and all that stuff. But it's just been a busy time. But because of my health situation, I've had to adjust. I also realized that I was putting myself under a lot of pressure trying to do things. Um, Basically, I was competing with myself in a race that I shouldn't have been running. So, you know, it took me being down for me to think and like to really think and to pray through what I really want to accomplish with my business. I think I'm going in the right direction. I have some ideas. I will share those ideas in the coming, videos of what I want to do. But I'm basically trying to now focus. What I'm trying to get out of my life right now is the sense that I need to be like somebody else. I need to compete with other resellers, or I need to be like other resellers, and I need to do this and I need to do that. I need to get all that trash out of my head and just be me. Figure out what I want, figure out what my body will take, what my health will take, which I am currently working on. The major part of why my heart is acting up is because I'm just too heavy for myself. That is a responsibility that I take. I did this to me, and uh, taking the steps to lose the weight that I need to lose in order to be healthier, especially to be here for a very long time for my kids, has become a priority in my life. So I'm trying to figure that out. I did spend all of 2019 losing weight. I'll try and share a photo somewhere of what I looked like after my year-long 2019 weight loss, and then COVID came and I was not able to move. Where I was in Mexico, there was a total city shutdown. So I went from walking 5 to 6 miles a day to walking nothing, zero. So it took me a few years to gain the weight back, but I had lost about 70 pounds in 1 year. So I basically have to motivate myself and get back to the point where I can do what needs to be done. So that's that. That's all the information I'm going to give you right now. That was a lot of information, a lot more information I want to give you anyway, but now we're going to get to the find of the day. So like I said, I had this estate sale I had gone to a few weeks ago. I couldn't record yesterday like I wanted to because I was on the phone. People are just worried for me and just making sure that I'm okay all the time. So I get like a million phone calls a day, and I wasn't able to record very much, but they did find something that that just it just made me so happy. So I'm going to show you. While I was on the phone with my sister while I was at the flea market. I did end up going to a flea market yesterday. I didn't record very much in there because, like I said, I was on the phone. Um, I saw something, and what I have been doing is I've been kind of teaching myself to recognize certain signatures on pieces of art, because I don't want to miss something that I would know is valuable. So I came around the corner and I saw this thing, and I'm like, I know that signature. That is Salvador Dali. And so I found this thing at the flea market. This was in San Diego. I found this thing at a flea market. It looks like what happened is this was part of an estate sale. Like I think I explained this before. A lot of these vendors, what they will do is they will have contacts at people that handle estate sales, or I don't know how exactly they promote and advertise themselves, but basically when the estate sale is done and over and the people are trying to get rid of stuff, they will call these people to pick up everything that's left in the house. So they pick up everything, junk and treasure, and they go to the flea market sometimes and they sell them. A lot of the people in Mexico, the vendors in Mexico, do the same thing. They go to San Diego, pick up stuff, and come back down. So this was, I believe, at an estate sale, which is why there's a red tag. But I found this. I had to back up quite a bit. I hope you can see it. Oh, let me see if I can. Oh wait, there we go. There's less of a thing on there. But anyway, I found this, and it is signed. Wait, oh, where is it? Oh no, that's the number. So it's 5. It's numbered 5 out of number 300, and it is signed. Right there. It's signed. So I saw that signature and I was very sure that it was Salvador Dali. Of course, I Google lensed it on the spot. Um, I Google lensed it on the spot and I was able to see that it is a Salvador Dali signed print. And I have a 5 out of 300, which is good. I found out that the smaller the number, the more valuable they are. I mean, I don't know that it makes that big of a difference, but anyway, you cannot understand the reaction that I had when I saw that and I was able to recognize that signature, which is, if you're a reseller, this is a tip that I want to give you. I know not everybody has access to antique malls, thrift stores, or really good items in their area, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to run into something sometime that you need to recognize the value of. What I would suggest, and this is something that I do because in Mexico, I don't have access to, just like, I can't just go down the street and there's a bodacious antique mall just waiting for me to go learn in. So I park myself on sites like First Dibs or any antique dealer websites that I can find, and I go through their items and I look at things. Um, like I said, I've been looking at signatures, to recognize signatures, and that definitely helped me that time. So if you are kind of, in a location that just doesn't really have anything around that is acceptable to you, but when you go out you want to be able to recognize something, that's a suggestion I would give, and it worked for me, so I know it can work for you. So that was my major find of the year, of this year. It's not my major find overall, but it's the most special find that I've made this year, and it really brightened up my day. I'm really happy that I went to that thing, and now I have new vendors because apparently they do estate sales, or they pick up from estate sales quite a bit. So I'm gonna have to regularly visit this vendor, and it was just a good stop. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Um, I have to mention now that my channel is going to change just a smidge. I was intending on doing two channels, one of them just on thrifting, antiquing, and the reseller lifestyle, and one on, what happens, in the background, like basically my life. I've decided to try to merge those two into this one channel just for my own health, my own peace of mind, just to streamline what I'm doing, so I'm not everywhere, because there are a lot of things that I want to do with my business itself, and it's going to require me being on several platforms at once. So I don't want to spread myself out too thin, and that would not be a good thing. So there are going to be some changes on this channel. Not very much. I mean, antiquing, thrifting, and all those things will still be the main focus of this channel. But I plan on showing you guys a little bit of the background, what it's like to live in Mexico, what it's like to be an entrepreneur and have kids, because there are a lot of entrepreneurs that I know, especially online right now, that do not have kids, or maybe they do have kids, but they don't know anybody else who does, and they're in a spot. I basically sometimes feel like I'm a single mother, even though I'm not. I am married. My husband does work, but he works so much. We don't get to see him as much as I would like. He's gone for most of the day, so that means that I am the main caretaker most of the time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you will come back for another one. I probably won't be doing twice a week like I used to. I was trying to do twice a week before I kind of, crashed a little bit. So now it'll probably be once a week. It might be for a little bit once every other week until I get everything else that I need set up and settled. I will also explain why I am shifting away from things like eBay and Etsy. Not that I'm not going to list on there, but they're not going to be the main focus of my business. There are some real reasons why, and that will be explained in later videos. So I hope you have a blessed week. I will see you soon in another video. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I am going to set up some other social media. I hope you will follow me on those social media platforms as well. As soon as I have them, I will put the links in the description. And I will hope to see you again soon. We'll have another adventure together and we will have lots and lots of fun, I'm pretty sure.